Hello everyone. Today I am going to present a chemistry European journal titled Cationic Aluminum Complexes as Catalyst for Imine Hydrogenation by Harder's group. So, in the workers of this paper have studied strongly Lewis acidic cationic aluminum fluorinated tetraaryl borate salt complexes stabilized by this beta diketaminate ligand abbreviated as BDI. These cation were investigated for the catalytic activity in the imine hydrogenation. The R1 and R2 substituent on the BDI influences the steric and the Lewis acidity of the aluminum cation. It was seen that open highly Lewis acidic aluminum hydride cation as well as most shielded tart butyl deep does not catalyze the imine to amine transformation for the reasons I will get back to later. So it was already known that neutral aluminum complexes like triisobutyl aluminum catalyze imine hydrogenation reaction under a very harsh condition like more than 100 bar and 100 bar of hydrogen and 100 degrees Celsius. Whereas lithium aluminum hydride is a effective catalyst at under mild condition like 1 bar and 80 degrees Celsius. Cationic aluminum catalyst like diethyl aluminum cation was used to for CO2 to methane conversion. Similarly, recently reported hydrogenation with zirconium catalyst for imine hydrogenation was reported, which from which this paper takes a motivation to report this beta diketaminate stabilized aluminum catalyst. So here the imine act as a Lewis base as well as the substrate. So this Lewis BDI stabilized uh, aluminum cation act as a frustrated Lewis pair along with this imine, which then hydrogenates to form this amine, and this amine also forms a the frustrated Lewis acid pair, which catalyzes further in an autocatalytic cycle. So the calculation of the bodied volume of the aluminum alkyl uh, for the ligand bulk is increases along the row that this methyl deep is less than that of methyl dipep, which is almost similar to this that of tart butyl deep, and which is far less than that of tart butyl dipep as evident from the percentages. The, the steric bulk of the BDI ligand is controlled by the variation of the backbone R1, which is either methyl or tart butyl, and N substituted R2, either deep or dipep. The deprotonation of the beta diketaminate was either done with triethyl aluminium or sorry, that was a trimethyl aluminium or aluminum hydride trimethyl amine adduct, which gave corresponding aluminum methyl or aluminum hydride complexes. So these neutral BDI diaryl aluminum complexes were converted into its corresponding BDI ALR cation by reaction with tetrafluoroaryl borate with a trityl cation in a polar but a weakly coordinating solvent like chlorobenzene. So this trityl cation abstracts one of the alkyl anion and make this a cation corresponding. So it was found that the deprotonation of the beta diketaminate proligand becomes more and more difficult as the ligand bulk increases and subsequently requires harsher condition like very high temperature near 95 degrees Celsius and longer time like about 120 hours and so, which we will see in the later slides. The previously reported structure of this methyl deep BDI aluminum di Me2, or and methyl deep ALH2. The BDI ALR2, all of these exhibit tetrahedral coordination geometry, and in all of these cases, the aluminium resides out of this BDI ligand plane. So here, these are the chart separated species reveal that these have a trigonal planar coordination geometry for aluminium center. The solid state structure was quite in agreement with this 1H, 13C, 11B, and 19F NMR spectra, due to as these were very highly symmetric species. All the crystallization atoms were hampered by formation of clathrates. In some cases, crystallization could be enforced by scratching the glass walls with a spatula. And the crystals obtained was off-white borate salt. The methyl deep BDI cation also showed a halogen bonding with the fluorine atom of the tetrafluoroaryl borate counteranion. Similar chloride substituted aluminum cation was too Lewis acidic to be isolated. uh, 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 when the deprotonation of the dimethyl aluminum chloride was done. The Lewis acidity of various cationic aluminum complexes was determined by Ga- Gartman Beckett method. In this method, the perturbation of 31p NMR shift of triethyl phosphine oxide was coordinated with Lewis acid of interest is converted into an acceptor number, which is abbreviated as AN, that ranges from 0 to 100, 0 being for hexane and 100 for SbCl5. The benchmark Lewis acids such as perfluorotriaryl boron is about 77.1, while the aluminium chloride is about 87, are known to be a strong Lewis acid and therefore located at the top quarter of the scale. The highest in of 95.3 was observed for methyl deep substituted BDI aluminum hydride cation. This was significantly higher than that of 89.7 Jordan's cation, which is a methyl substituted uh, methyl deep BDI aluminum cation. uh, the much higher Lewis acidity of the hydride versus the methyl complexes could be explained via the electron releasing property of the methyl group. The Hammett parameter of the methyl group for sigma meta is minus 0.07, while the sigma para is minus 0.17, but also could be partially related to the steric factor. The accessibility of the metal centered in of methyl deep BDI aluminum hydride cation may lead to the stronger complexation with the triethyl phosphine oxide. Indeed, the acceptor number for the uh, sterically congested cations such as that of tert butyl deep BDI aluminum methyl was 85.9, which is considerably lower for as that of methyl deep BDI aluminum methyl, which was 89.7. Since the methyl dipe BDI is 90.8, the so the electronic factor could be important. The tert butyl substituent in the backbone is much more electron releasing than that of uh, methyl substituent, which leads to the lower acceptor number comparatively. So, if the aluminum sinter is accessible for imine coordination, a stable BDI aluminum imine complex forms which does not react with H2. Indeed, BDI aluminum hydrate cation and phenyl tert-butyl substituted uh, imine formed a strong complex characterized by NMR and did not react with hydrogen even on heating. It was found that the cationic aluminum complexes with dipep substituent at N were fully inactive. Considerable activity for tert-butyl deep uh, uh, BDI aluminum methyl cation was observed, while somewhat less bulky methyl deep BDI methyl showed slight activity. In contrast, the methyl deep BDI aluminum hydride, which was found to be the most Lewis acidic, whose acceptor number I have previously mentioned that 95.3, showed no activity. So these results clearly demonstrate that the imine hydrogenation for Lewis acidic cationic aluminum complexes require a fine balance between the sterics and electronics. A bulky substituent like mesityle at C also retards the conversion, which is related to the steric hindrance of the impeding hydride transfer to the C. Uh, Note that the methyl aluminum BDI cation has a perfect balance between the steric and Lewis acidic acidity, and has a performance comparable to that of trifluoroaryl boron or FLP like boron phosphorus or zirconium phosphorus, and can tolerate sp2 uh, CCl of parachloro substituted benzyl ligand, which is shown from this 8 to 12 entry number 8 to 12. No conversion was seen when the substituents were phenyl like pH CH double bond then pH, a substrate which is a conjugated and activated C double bond N. This is likely due to the formation of the corresponding resonance stabilized anion, which is abbreviated as PCH2N, where the minus charge is upon the in. Uh, Also, imine with CF3 mesityle isopropyl substituent and also the ketimines could not be converted due to the combination of steric and electronic factors. Although the catalyst could not reduce the ketone with hydrogen, it was found that the 10 molar tert-butyl deep BDI aluminum hydride cation in at 60 degrees Celsius, irrelevant of whether hydrogen present or not, was able to uh, reduce benzaldehyde to benzyl benzoate. This transformation is known as Tischenko reaction, which is traditionally catalyzed by aluminum oxide. So the in this reaction whole process of FLP catalysis, the aluminum catalyst, imine and hydrogen need to be present simultaneously, which implies that this is an PLP type of mechanism. The original catalyst could be successfully recycled by crystallization. In this, we can see that the lone pair of the imine is simultaneously donated to the one of the sigma star orbital of the hydrogen, and the sigma bond electron is donated to the empty p orbital of this aluminium, which forms this aluminium hydride as well as the iminium cation. Now the hydrate anion transfer takes place from this aluminum hydrate complex to this yeah, very electrophilic carbon of this iminium cation, and thus a complex forms this one, which is basically a Lewis attack, and subsequently it takes up another proton, and this forms a amine, and this amine also participate in another autocatalytic cycle. It also forms a FLP pair where yeah, this nitrogen is able to the nitrogen of this amine is able to donate to this sigma star of this hydrogen, and it is known that the nitrogen of the amine is better Lewis donor than that of imine, because this is sp2 sp3 carbon and this is sp2 carbon. Sp2 carbon is being more electronegative. This lone pair is not being able to be better donated as compared to this one. So this is donated to this sigma star of this hydrogen, and subsequently it forms this ammonium cation and aluminum hydride like this one. And the here the fun thing is that the hydride transfer takes place, as well as the protonation takes place from the ammonium to the imine. So this is verified via a DFT calculation, which I will come back to later. So here, coming to the energy profile of DFT calculation on the pH C double bond in tert butyl and tert deep BDI aluminum methyl uh, cation. So the cation imine cooperate in breaking the hydrogen bond, HH bond, which needs an activation energy of plus 17.1 kilocalorie per mole. Subsequently, the formation of the tert butyl deep BDI aluminum methyl hydride and the imine cation is exothermic by minus 3 kilocalorie per mole. The activation uh, energy for the hydride attack at the imine cation is plus 18.7 kilocalorie per mole, which is slightly higher than that of the I3 to I4, which is slightly higher than that of the hydrogen cleavage. Due to the sterical congestion at the complex 5 of the amine product, it is exothermic by minus 11.6. So this is the difference. Minus 17.4 and minus 5.8 gives 11.6 kilocalorie per mole of energy in form of heat. So the transition state of the hydrogen activation of aluminum imine and aluminum amine are quite different. For the aluminum imine side, it is for the aluminum imine side, this is a quite a linear, while the for the aluminum amine, it is a little bent transition state. Notice that the aluminum amine complex required only 2.6 kilocalorie per mole as activation energy, while the proton transfer from ammonium cation to the that of imine is also a low energy process with an activation energy of plus 5.8 kilocalorie per mole. So in conclusion, the rate determining steps in both of the catalytic cycle is the nucleophilic attack by the hydride to the iminium and to the iminium, and the autocatalytic cycle of the aluminum amine FLP for HH bond cleavage is more efficient. So as you can see that the transition state of all of the amine autocatalytic cycle is far less than that of the imine catalytic cycle. So thank you for listening.